If he has created two paths, which is the good path and the bad path. The bad path is doing whatever you want, believing in whatever you want to believe. However, understand that each path has a master. Both masters, right, are controlled and ruled by God. And so, whichever path you choose, right, whichever path you choose, you will still end up in front of God, the one that you didn't want to develop a relationship with. So you can make the choice to worship Him or not worship Him, or get to know Him or not. These are choices that you get to make because you have a free will. The will that you have is what? Is important simply because it is basically a free understanding that you get to do whatever you want to do. But just like how the world works, there has consequences in every choice you make. You know, that is good. Reading the Bible also gives you a reassurance of, you know, the power of God and how to use God. All of those people, the disciples, the prophets, the pastors, all of them in the Bible, right, is giving you the experiences that they went through, the understanding of God. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. But there'll come a time where the Bible will no longer be available to the public. So now is the time to prepare. Right? Now is the time to prepare to strengthen your spiritual side. Because if you strengthen your spiritual side, you'll be able to evolve. You'll be able to become powerful. You'll be able to be more confident in everything that you do. Yes, but the change is not your physical appearance, it is your spiritual appearance. Because understand that you are not physically connected to the world, but you are spiritually connected to the world. And everyone is spiritually connected. It is like we are all tied together despite where we are. And so when you spiritually grow, right, you will spiritually change things and it will manifest physically. Your spiritual side is the remote control, is the blueprint of your actual life. And that is what really matters to God. I started from long, long time ago. So basically when I was like a minor, maybe um 10 years old. You can say 10 years old because at 10 years old is when, started going to church, and not right away, but the experience started when I was 16 years old. You see what I mean? When I start to understand more about the importance of God. But understand that when you start to experience certain things about God and God gets closer to you, that is when, the devil starts to tempt you and test you and tries to make life difficult for you simply because spiritually he knows that you are breaking generational chains, right? So if he knows you're making those kinds of changes, he knows that you are actually taking the right path. And he will try from time to time to try to knock you off that path simply because he doesn't want you to, gain or have salvation. So it's a long time ago, right? See what I'm saying? So that's good. You see what I'm saying? Believing in God at a young age is very good, because guess what? What are the experiences that you had, you know, that made you solidify, like made you say, God is the one. See what I mean? Because at the end of the day, think about it. Whichever path you choose, you will end up in front of God. He controls everything, right? All the spirits, all the entities. Though he has given them time, but notice it is time that God has given them. You see what I mean? Yahweh Jehovah has given them. It is time, right? But notice nobody else has given God time, right? So you have to know that his power is always. Thank you for that. Because you see, one day I feel like God will ask you, he'll say, whatever opportunity that you had, whatever position that you were given, did you take the time to actually talk about me? Did you take the time to express yourself on how you really feel about me? Because guess what? Relationship is like that. Are you going to deny me when you have an opportunity to talk? You know, are you going to, right? Because some people will say, well, they care more about other people and what they feel, but then you have to also care about what God feels. Yeah. So at the end of the day, think about it. As long as you have talked about him, right? And hope that other people might watch what you have said, because a lot of people need insights and knowledge, you know? And if they hear the wisdom and the encouragement that you are trying to express to people, then it will help people, because you never know who needs that insight and when they need it in, their journey of life, right? So just remember that. You see what I mean? People might use it for their own insights. I just hope that people can see or understand what is going on, because